Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tour de France 24. This is episode number 6. We're in the Dauphine. It's stage 4 of 8. It's a time trial, 30K. Not my strong suit until I do a bunch of time trials. You get a bunch of your early time trialing points from participation. But with the withdrawal of Kopechki, our leader, after stage 3, I was ahead of him anyway after being in a breakaway that survived and gained significant time, and I find myself 21st overall. The likelihood of winning the combativity award is kind of low in a race such as this, but also the likelihood of hanging on to a top 25 is kind of low. Maybe, depending on what happens with this 30K time trial and just how bad am I at it, I might just try my hand at seeing how I can do in the field with my team supporting me.
A new rider is now ready on the ramp for this individual time trial. A few more seconds until he sets off. Come on, let's give him some encouragement.
All right, and we set off full gas. We begin on a climb. We definitely want to take advantage of this climb. I think we will use up our early red bar here and push as hard as we can on the climb to make good time. I will have to then back off later on. As I go to crest the climb, I've used up my red bar.
Over the top. Go, go.
Now they want me to back off, and I don't think that that's a good idea at all. But what I need to do is I'm going to need to arrow tuck sometime here. And now's the time, I think, to start that.
There are a few bends to be negotiated.
It's not giving me an arrow tuck. Can I? Alright, first time check, and I'm well ahead, 18 seconds ahead of the time that they wanted me to have. Second time check, still ahead of time, in fact more, now 49 seconds up on the time. But I have expended a lot of energy, and this third time check, I mean, there's still a good distance to cover, 11 kilometers. We'll see if I have enough energy to make it to the end, or with whether I'm going to end up having to back off and lose that time that I've gained.
Now you're pushing all the time. Don't give up. Go.
6K left. Energy probably not enough for 6K, so I have backed off some to help try to make it towards the end on this one. 3.5K, and I'm coming up on the last of my energy. 1.5K to go, moving really slow now. Vlasov's gone by. Buitrago's gone by. Venepol is on top of the standings with Ghana, Van Aert, Almeida, and Martinez. And I'm heading for that line now. Getting that last little push. Not a great time in the end. Obviously, it was never expected to be. But I did run low on energy, and that'll get better with experience, that we won't have that issue. That still ended up being second fastest on the team with a 6:42. Pretty sure I lost a good minute or two in the final kilometers, though, so it could have been so much better if I had better stamina. Not just a poor time trial rating, right? That'll make us go faster as well, but with better stamina, we should be able to hang on better to that type of effort. But anyway, that drops me to 37th. Still top for the team. Still by quite a fair margin, too. I'm half tempted to just see what sort of GC I can do for the team, given the position, as I'm not sure that I'm going to be that competitive in the combativity either. Seeing that I dropped down the order so far, and the team order was to try to get in the break, I decided it was a day to try to get in the break. But unfortunately, everyone's attacking, and I think the main reason is I'm not putting in enough work. The AI, when controlling me, sees me so much weaker than everybody else that it ends up being in a situation like this over and over again where they attack, and then all of a sudden I lead the group to chase, but there's frustration in the group. 4 minutes ahead of the peloton, though, 10 riders away. This is it. We just got to make sure that there's actual contribution. First climb of the day, and we've seen one attack after another. I'm going to be the latest to see if I can go early and get a little separation from the group. Now we get the next acceleration.
You still have 2 kilometers before you reach the summit.
The next acceleration is actually an attack. So it didn't accelerate, it attacked immediately.
You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
And there goes my red bar. We are catching back up. They've sat up a bit. I've definitely contributed though here, so it's not me. There's I was pretty average in the contribution side of things. 800 meters. Next attack. Trying to leave the group behind, see if I can get separation, and if I can go over the top first. And I won't. Ooh, and I get squeezed off the line too. At least I'm with the group still. Down to 8. That might stay that way. No, it's back together. 10 riders. Down to a 250 advantage. In terms of the combativity, there were plenty of kilometers involved with a lot of the riders that are in the group today. Of course, I'm second in the classification, and so this is helping me as much, if not more, than them. But there's a lot of riders that have been in a breakaway before, so it's giving them a lot of kilometers as well. It's going to be enough to put me into first place if I hang on as long as the rest of the group does. But it's not a lock, and I think I'll have to, unfortunately, spend another day in the break if I'm going to have a chance at winning the combativity. Sprint point coming up. 3K, and a lot of it's downhill. Wondering if I can do what I did before, and that is get some separation early.
You're approaching the intermediate sprint.
It's my best chance to win anything, and I have not gotten separation, so backing off. Final kilometer, this would be a good spot to go, but now I'm low on energy, so now it's just about not getting dropped.
Here's the winner of the...
Well, we are down to 2 this time, down to 8 this time as 2 riders are dropped. 3K to go to the top of the next climb. Come up on 1K. See if I can improve my position. They're already out of the saddle. Okay, this is now going into survival mode. Peloton just a minute 40 behind as we start to come back together. Luckily, Harrogats has enough energy left to help us make contact. But Velasco, maybe not. This might be down. Ooh, Harrogats has sat up. Left Harrogats behind. And let's go make that contact. We need those kilometers. Don't need the stage. We're almost back in contact. Disappointingly, we're just seconds behind. And I'm quite low on energy now.
You're over-revving.
Another little hill here too.
Or you'll pay the price.
Back in contact, good. Velasco's definitely heading back towards the Peloton. Just a minute and a half behind us. And just 30K left in the stage. Big downhill coming. That's going to add up some kilometers fast. But let's hope that I make it over the crest here. Because I'm extremely low on energy. Even at the back of the group, they're still working pretty hard here. I might get dropped here real soon. Just got to make it to the... crest, which is quarter mile ahead.
The stage is too much for him.
I'm not the only one. Champison's going back. There's the crest. Finally. Back into the breakaway. Back into the Peloton. 90 riders here. 6 left at the front. Just 52 seconds separating them. And we're at the base of the climb. Pogačar has won the stage. Vingegaard is 10th, Vlasov 11th. This is one where you want to attack and then tuck and then attack and then tuck, and you want to build momentum and then keep that momentum as you go through the final part. 72nd on the road, so yeah, that 37th is long gone. I think I probably could have finished 37th. Well, Lenny Martinez just finished 37th. It would have been hard to beat him. 1K left, and it is gonna flatten out, it looks like. In the overall, I dropped to 41st, still leading the team. Gegenhardt still leads by over 3 minutes from Evenepoel, with Van Aert in third. Roglic and Vingegaard rounding out the top 5. In the combativity, Versness has taken over the lead, 1 kilometer ahead of myself. Toynes is third. Champesin, Kron, Battistella, very much still in it. Tarme, maybe in it. Woods, Harrogate on down, probably out of the combativity with 3 stages to go. It's another breakaway day for me. It's the only way to go. This is the longest of the 3 stages that remain, and I clearly need to be in the break to have success. So, the big thing is keeping an eye on who's coming up behind me, who'll in the break, but so far none of them are a threat to the combativity award. But there goes Woods. Peloton's already 2 minutes back. I'm in the first group of 5 riders. There's a lot more chasing. First climb of the day, and I'm going to try to catch these guys out and go early. So full gas. Have separation. 1K. It's Cat 3. 7 seconds ahead. They are coming. 9 of them are coming. 3 seconds ahead. One last push. Nope. Carthy's going to get me over the top. But there is separation, so maybe, just maybe, this will not come back together. For now, we have 10, with 14 chasing, 45 seconds behind, and a peloton at 4.5 minutes. So I did get separation in the group. Comes back together now, 24 riders. Let's go ahead and check how we are looking in the combativity. Sepulveda nothing, Hool's only 155. Well, in fact, everybody around me, or at least the ones that it's showing, none of them are coming in higher than about 160 kilometers in the breakaway. So that is good. That is good. We are in a good position today. I just saw 248 pop up. Was that me? No, that's not me. So there is one with some higher no, it's 148. That's Van Gils. I mistook that for a 248, I believe. Alright, well, we're getting into the steeper part of the climb here. 5.7k overall, 8.3%, but we're definitely above that now as we top 9%. Definitely a steep gradient, but tempo's not that bad. I'm actually hanging in there just fine so far on this one. I'd love to get that KOM lead over the top, but main thing we're here for is definitely the combativity. Final K, group already starting to split. Front guys are way too strong, way too fast. This is now just kind of hanging on to the main group. 400 meters. Push a little harder, they're accelerating a bit. And there goes my red bar, Van Gils, Lenny Martinez, Woods and Lutsenko. And now 5:45 ahead of the peloton. Is this going to be a breakaway kind of day? I doubt it, but maybe. If it continues to go out on the next climb anyway. Back together, 24. Next climb, 9.8k, 4.7. Not as steep, but still as long. Third of the way up the climb, I'm doing just fine, not hurting bad at all. Now we approach halfway up the climb, get inside that 5k, down to 4. Down to 3. Get control. Improve the position. And we'll follow Lutsenko. The riders coming forward. You know Martinez is going to mark whoever. 2.4. I'm going to lead the way for a moment. This one does flatten out a little bit at the top, so it's going to get less steep here. Probably after this white car, I'd say, start to level off. Maybe after these yellow SUVs. It's this left-hand bend. Yeah, there you go. There's the left-hand bend, and it levels off. 1.2K. I actually had a shot at that for a second. I got 1 point. I got 1 point there. Approaching the top of the next climb, and our tempo has increased to the point where a lot of energy has been expended. I have used my gel. The group is starting to thin, and as we go for the top, I'm just hanging on. I won't be around much longer. Alright, we're on to the biggest climb of the day. It's Cat 2, though it's not the finishing climb, and I am the first of the 23, so second of the group overall out the back. Peloton 3.5 minutes down, and I'm going back towards them pretty quickly. 81 left in the Peloton. And as I crest it, let's check in on what's going on at the front of the field. Carthy, Johannesson, Zimmerman left from the breakaway. Still up the road of Lutsenko and Van Gils, Mankies and Conchi, and then the Peloton, which is down to 20 riders. No one from my team is anywhere near the top of standings. Evenepoel is not in the group of the Peloton. Down to 3. Johannesson, Carthy, and Zimmerman take the stage just ahead of Roglic and Bardet. Vingegaard 6th, Bilbao, O'Connor, Carlos Rodriguez, Van Aert. That was not the finish line. Evenepoel just 15th on the stage. Gegenhardt just 17th on the stage. Pogačar just 18th on the stage. And there's the finish line. Difficult stage, but we got a lot of good kilometers today. And I still ended up finishing ahead of a few of my teammates. All day in the breakaway, only finishing 18 minutes down, I think is a great result, especially when that's to the breakaway riders who took it. 23 seconds for Roglic. That's how close they got, but it is a stage for the breakaway. See Hindley, Moss, Evenepoel go do. This field is so deep. Pogačar was a minute and a half down. Combativity award, 157K for Carthy. I got 136K, so I do lose some ground to some of the guys around me because they are just so much stronger than I am. But that's how you get the award, is you just have to get in more breakaways than them and hang in there long enough, at least on this type of race, the Dauphine, right? It's not the Continental Pro teams that dominate it. It's not the weaker B riders on the big teams that go to those races. This is the big players. And so hanging with a Hugh Carthy, Johannesson, that's not easy. So that was a pretty good day. Gegenhardt still leads the GC, though. He had a healthy advantage. It's down to 2:48, though. Evenepoel closing that gap, but he also lost ground around him, and now Van Aert is just 24 seconds behind him. Roglic 2 seconds off the podium. Vingegaard, top 5 remains the same, but it's a lot closer than it was. O'Connor up to 6th. And we have myself, still the highest rated rider on the team at 34 minutes down in 44th overall. Van Gils leads the KOM. Skjelmosa leads the points. Evenepoel, the young rider. I am 11th. Team classification, we are 19th of 22. And I do lead the Combativity Award now. 440K earned, but Tarme is a threat. Versness is a threat. 2 stages remaining at about 150K each. There's still about 300K in play. If I can do one more day in the break and not lose kilometers, that would just about wrap it up, with the exception of those top few guys. But that all depends on whether they go in a break or not. If I can go in a break and collect another 130 kilometers, I would nearly have it. Tarme would be probably the only one who would be in reach if none of those top few guys go in the break with me. And really, none of the top 13, which I know that's not going to happen. So it might take both days in the break, and I might be pretty dang tired, especially on that last day, and I might not be able to get more than 30 or 50K, or the next stage for that matter. It's going to be a tough last couple stages, and it's not going to be easy to win this combativity award, but I'll give it a shot. We're in the driver's seat, but looking weaker by the day. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.